minsan, may mga nagsasabi sa akin, Father, gusto kong magpatawad. Kaya lang, pag naaalala ko yung nangyari at nararamdaman ko ang sakit sa aking puso, di ko nakakayanang magpatawad. Siguro, kailangan ko pa ng panahon para ako'y makapagpatawad. Kung sinabi sa akin yon, noong bagong ordained lang ako na pari, malamang sasabihin ko na kailangan magpatawad na kaagad dahil si Jesus, pinatawad niya ang kanyang mga kaaway sa gitna ng matinding sakit at pagdurusa. Tama naman ako kung yun ang sinabi ko. Pero sa paglipas ng panahon, naranasan ko rin kung gaano pala kahirap ang magpatawad. When I was in the foreign missions, I experienced being discriminated against and betrayed by my own fellow priests who were with me in the same community. Hindi ko alam kung alam nila yung ginagawa nila. Basta ang maalala ko, the more I suffered, the more they enjoyed and celebrated. Kaya ngayon, pag may nagsasabi sa akin na nahihirapan siya magpatawad, mas naunawaan ko. Nakikinig muna ako para malaman kung ano nangyari. At saka ko siya inaanyayahan na tahakin ang proseso o daan ng pagpapatawad. It took me more than a year before I could forgive those fellow priests who hurt me. I also realized how proud, arrogant, and violent I could be, at least in my thoughts. I was tempted to seek revenge and inflict harm on those people. Thanks be to God, His grace was much stronger than my raging anger. The pain that Jesus experienced on the cross is much worse than what all of us have gone through in life. Pain is a very tough test to our character. Pain either brings out the best or the worst in us. When we are hurt by someone, we tend to choose the path of anger and hatred, revenge and violence. Our suffering pushes our humanity to its limits. But Jesus knew what to do. He knew whom to turn to in such a moment when His humanity was about to give up. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Jesus prays to the Father, and in Him, He finds the strength to love and forgive His torturers. Certainly, He felt the overwhelming temptation to destroy His enemies and show His power. But by drawing His heart close to the Father, He allowed the power of love to prevail over the love of power. Dahil mahirap magpatawad, kinakailangan nating lumapit sa ating Ama. Kailangan nating manalangin dahil sa wagas na pananalangin at pakikipagtagpo natin sa Diyos, binabago niya tayo. God turns our stony hearts into hearts of flesh, and He makes it possible for us to embrace the path of forgiveness. Alone and unaided by God's grace, it would be too hard, if not impossible, for us to forgive, especially in the most painful situations imaginable. We cannot forgive when we focus on our hurts and pains again and again, when we keep repeating the same story of what others did to us, and we allow anger and bitterness to grow and control our lives. It is when we look up to our Father in heaven that we can look back to our painful stories and see them in a totally different light. It is when we open our fists and join our hands in prayer that the impossible becomes a reality and the new story is born for us. God makes us understand that forgiveness is necessary in order for us to move on in life. Without forgiveness, we become slaves of our past and of things we cannot change anymore. Kapag di tayo nagpapatawad, maraming pagkakataon ang nasasayang sa ating buhay at hindi natin makakamit ang dakilang layunin ng ating buhay, ang magmahal ng lubusan tulad ni Jesus. Love challenges us to forgive. Forgiveness is only possible with great love. That forgiving love comes as a gift from God. Ano kaya kung hindi nagpatawad si Jesus nung siya ipinako sa krus? Paano kung isinumpa niya sa halip na ibigin at patawarin ang kanyang mga kaaway? Kung sakaling ganon ang nangyari, hindi nagtagumpay ang kanyang misyon at walang kakaiba sa kanyang buhay at kamatayan. But the truth is, Jesus gave us the greatest lessons when He was in His most bitter suffering. While hanging on the cross, He taught us to forgive. Very strikingly, Jesus did not wait for His pains to be first taken away and for His enemies to ask for forgiveness before He would grant it to them. He loved them despite the excruciating pains He felt and the humiliating contempt He received. Nahihirapan ka bang magpatawad? And yet, do you feel in your heart a sincere desire and longing to forgive and to live in peace? That desire to forgive is surely a grace from the Lord and an important step in our process of healing. Our life will recover its freshness and beauty when we learn to forgive from the heart. Huwag na sana nating ipagpaliban ang pagtahak sa daan ng pagpapatawad dahil tayo rin ang nagdurusa at nahihirapan kapag hindi tayo nagpapatawad. Huwag na nating hintayin na mawala lahat ng mga sugat sa puso natin o lumapit para mag-sorry ang mga nakasakit sa atin bilang kondisyon para sila'y ating patawarin. Like Jesus, let us take the initiative to offer our patient and forgiving love. Like Jesus crucified, let us give our enemies the benefit of the doubt. Na kaya sinaktan nila tayo ay dahil nga hindi nila alam ang kanilang ginagawa. Following Jesus Himself, let us offer to our enemies the unexpected possibility of reconciliation and peace. Siya nawa.